Hey babes, I'm Cynthia.
And I'm Beverly. Grab your favorite drink. Let's sip and chat.
Welcome to Tipsy and Truthful, the podcast.
Hey babes, welcome back to another episode of Tipsy and Truthful, the podcast where two best friends sip and chat about life, relationships, parenthood, and everything in between. I didn't even mess up that time. Wow, this is good. This
Now
is a
you
good
messed
start.
up.
I finished the whole sentence. I hate them. So yeah. Hi babe.
Hey.
How was your week?
My week was weekend.
Your week was weekend?
Yeah.
Girl, same.
It's been a long week. We've had a lot of family stuff, situations going on. Very sad, but we've been, being faithful and praying about it and hoping that everything turns out right, and it is. Can I say one of my highlights of the week?
Yeah, so a couple episodes back, we didn't do it with our last episode with Kenny.
We were too nervous.
Because A, we forgot, to be real. We forgot. And B, I don't know if that would have really went, I don't know. But your high of the week and your opportunity of the week.
My high of the week was definitely releasing the episode with Kenny.
Period.
That was a great episode, a great convo. We vibed really well. My opportunity of the week was actually yesterday when we had our team meeting. I got reamed.
I mean, I ripped you a new bottle, but
yeah, but you know what? That's how these things work, and I appreciate that we are open and honest with each other, and that we are here to help each other grow, and that can't come without criticism, constructive criticism.
My actual words.
Yeah, so I appreciate that, and of course, I'm gonna keep my shit on check. So yeah, how was your week?
Stressful.
We know.
I've been fucking a hot mess. Yeah. So my high of the week was actually your low of the week is my high of the week. Because we had a tipsy and truthful meeting last night. And the fact that I'm gonna be honest, maybe a year back, I don't know if all three of us would have handled this conversation the same way. The fact that we were all hey, from you I need this, from you I need this. Let's get our shit together collectively, and nobody got offended. We all took ownership and we're all right, I bet we'll fix it. And I think that's fucking great. Because a year ago I might have got petty and hung up and be you're fucking lying.
You would have never hung up. You would have never hung up.
I don't know.
But I don't think we would have handled it.
Maybe Jess would have been the one to hang up.
Jess would have been I quit. Truthful.
Fuck you, bitches. I'm out.
See you next year.
And my opportunity of the week is I need to learn how to handle my stress in a better way. She's saying yeah.
Well, because you know what? Your stress rubs off on other people. You don't even notice it. But it stresses me out to see you stressed. Me and Jess were she's stressed. What do we do?
I'm a highly emotional person, right? So when I'm in a good mood, I feel like it rubs off on the people around me. But also when it's the opposite, I feel like people around me can't help but notice.
You don't know how to hide it.
I don't try to hide it.
Okay.
That's my thing.
That's different.
My son, I've said this a million times before. I have 4 babies. One of my babies was diagnosed with autism. And in the last 3 weeks, he's really had some regressions, and it's triggering to me, and it's stressful to me. So I'm trying to get my shit together. So
we're all just trying to be better.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But anyway, on a better note, other than my stress, we have a very special guest today. Again, hello.
Who are we?
You guys have seen only us for 15 episodes, and then now we're bringing fresh faces on. Okay, you're not gonna get sick of us, hopefully. We want to introduce somebody that you may know from TikTok. Okay, her name is Paulie, at Paulie Mars on TikTok, and I think the same name on Instagram. She is a Dominican from the Bronx. Is that right? I hope that's right. I think she's from the Bronx. Period. And she shows us all the best spots to eat, drink, and take in some culture. She is so funny. She seems like such a free spirit. And we love hearing her point of view. I went through her old TikToks and
we're going to talk about it.
We'll talk about that in a minute. And I saw her point of view on a lot of things, Dominican American, first gen. And we wanted to bring her on so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So everybody say hi to Paulie.
Hi, Paulie.
Hi, Paulie. Hey, girl.
So excited to have you on.
I'm excited to be
Yes.
here.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe?
I feel like you
I
got
got
it
it
all, from the Bronx, period. I'm Dominican American. I have to say
Yeah.
both because
Same.
when I say I'm American here, it's like, where you from? From the Bronx? No, but where you really from?
Yeah.
And I'm like, from the Bronx on the block. Like,
Well,
what do
you
you
want
want
me
me
to
to
tell
tell
you
you?
my
Paulie from the block. Hello.
Paulie from the block.
The block, yeah. And then it's like, no, where are your parents from? Oh, because they're immigrants, they're from the Dominican Republic. And it's like, oh, so you're Dominican. But then I go over there, and if I say I'm
Gringa.
Dominican, it's like, no, tú eres
Gringa.
gringa.
We all get it.
So I'm just gonna start saying, yo soy ni de aquí ni de allá. Like,
What's her name? Like Maria?
I
like,
am
what's
stateless.
her? Like India Maria? Ni de aquí, ni de allá.
I don't know who that is.
India Maria, yes, you do.
Okay.
We all grew up on that.
Paulie, we sent you a little something. Did you receive it by chance?
I did. Look how cute this is. So what packing tape you use, because I was struggling with this box. Like, me in this box, like we went through some rounds together.
Let me tell you.
Like, el diablo, qué tape, mira,
I went to Staples,
mira, es
and
fuerte.
I would say only the best for my guests. And I got the best heavy duty, upper class.
That premium
tape.
tape.
Yup. Like, hello.
Not duct tape.
Like, this is so cute.
Not duct tape. Duct tape.
Oh my God.
Not,
Like the actual name brand.
What's in here?
what you got? What you got?
I got some Romana.
Sambuca.
Liqueur.
That's Sambuca.
Sambuca.
Sambuca. We got some Casamigos.
Just in case.
We got, what's his name? George Clooney. We got some Clooney in the house. We got some Fireball. I want to throw this across the room. This is like so many college nights.
I think we all have.
This is triggering.
We all have
This is-
memories. Look at who downed that. Before?
Me. I was so
course.
stressed. I was
La
like,
Dragona. Kenny called her La Dragona, and he was not wrong. Okay.
And then we got some Tito's.
I didn't know.
And then
there's Jack Daniels.
this was it's because she wrote me and she was like, oh, what kind of liquor do you like? I was like, whiskey and
But
rum.
she replied
like, oh, I fucked
after.
up.
So I
you
didn't have
got it, right?
service. I was in the liquor store writing to you, but I didn't have service, so you got it after I paid. I was like, I hope she likes some of this.
Wait, y'all don't like eat though. I'm gonna have to use this for something, like maybe my chest or something. I don't know.
That's gonna be some lumpy implant.
We'll see her tutorial on how to use stuffing for her bra on TikTok.
The girls would love that. And then we got a little something. Ooh, this feel like when you get something from DR.
Un dulce.
When they
un
wrap it
dulce
up
de
for you.
coco.
No me diga. We got a little shot
Yay.
glass.
We have matching ones.
We have matching ones.
Salud.
Salud. So speaking of salud, we have a
Tradition.
We usually do this off camera, but we promised when we had Kenny, we promised that every time we had a guest, we were gonna do our shot on camera so that you can join us. So you can take one of your nips or you can take whatever you'd like, but please join us for a toast.
Wow.
Ooh, what's that? The Mama Juana.
Mama
Let me tell
Whoa.
you.
I'm gonna do one
Yeah,
shot of this.
one shot.
but-
Guess what? We're drinking
go.
the same.
We're drinking Mama Juana too. When Paulie told us that she doesn't like any of the alcohol we said, she said, I'll probably break out my Mama Juana. I was like, I bet. We filled up our Mama Juana just
I
for
love
you.
the honesty.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing like an honest queen.
Listen, that's what you come to my page and that's what you're gonna
Honestly.
get. Like, I might
love
hurt your
that.
feelings. You might go home and cry, but you're gonna think good.
We're with that. So cheers to a good episode. Pa arriba, pa
Cheers.
abajo, pa el centro, pa adentro.
Jess, where's your shot?
Take
You
your shot.
need to take one because you figured it out. You deserve that damn shot.
You can't see Jess, but she's refusing the shot and we're forcing her to. It's too strong.
No, take the
She said
shot.
take
Okay,
the
then
shot.
take a baby sip. Yo te perdono. Just today. There you go.
Now I gotta see it.
Oh,
She drink
she
half of
doesn't.
it.
She doesn't show her face. She's the only one. She's a
She-
third
oh,
member, and she just shows
The
her little
anonymous
arm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Like DJ Marshmallow.
So, Paulie, we
Nobody
have an
knows
ice.
who
Ooh, what you sipping on?
Some lemonade
Oh,
Period.
fancy.
as my little chaser. Since you sent me vodka and
tequila, vodka.
What is sambuca? I've never
So
had
that's
this.
what you make slippery nipples with. That's my favorite
People usually
shot.
drink it with like coffee and stuff like that because it has like
It tastes like anise.
like anise.
Yeah,
star.
like anise.
Oh, so tomorrow morning.
She's gonna be extra happy.
It's about to be a
And
lit
her
morning.
brunch tomorrow.
I'm gonna be like,
It's good with coffee.
It's
It really
gonna
is.
be perfect.
Slippery
It's
nipples
sweet.
my favorite shot,
Really,
but I
I'm
can
good.
never find like a small container of like the syrup that goes in there.
Mhm.
So I'm working on it. So we have an icebreaker that we want to do, so everybody can get to know a little bit more about Paulie, her personality, and all that good stuff. We have Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
So
And I play this every day at school.
do you want to start
Every day.
every day?
This is how my kids start their day.
Okay.
Would you rathers?
So we're gonna start our episode like
Yeah.
this. Would you
We're
rather?
gonna and I have a good one because this was the one that we did today. So I said I'm gonna ask Polly this.
Okay.
oh, damn,
So
I'm
would you
scared.
rather
Okay.
eat
Mhm.
gum that's been chewed that was placed? They were specific. That was placed under a desk, or would you rather lick the floor?
I've actually done a
Oh.
dare where I did chew the gum.
I'm so good at this.
Oh my god! And that was kind of like, and I've actually.
Oh
licked
my
before.
God,
Polly.
So I've done both dares.
So you're good at you're good at truth or dare.
I'm good. I'm like, don't dare me. I'm gonna do it. Like, don't test my
It's so
gangster.
funny 'cause I feel like I'm
It's
like-
gonna come out every time. I'm gonna say I'd rather chew the gum. I'd
You know
rather chew
what?
the
I said
gum.
the same
You said
thing.
the same?
I said the same. First of all, think about the floor
I think I'll like
and
the
people
floor.
that walk and spit and throw up and
No.
poop and
Pee.
I'm
I
chewing
think
the gum.
it doesn't say the floor outside. I think I would choose the floor and I would look for an area that looks with the least amount of traffic and be like, suckers. I got this corner that nobody stepped on. I don't
You
know.
know of.
Thinking of somebody else's spit like on the gum and their
Ugh.
germs.
I mean, you swap.
But it's just
I know,
one
right?
spit.
You're right.
We talk about a whole
guess
bunch
you're
of
right. I
germs
guess
on the
you're
floor.
right. Yeah.
Are you gonna join me and Polly on this
No,
side?
I'm still licking the floor. Sorry, guys. My turn. Okay. Would you rather? Okay. Would you rather? Okay, you have Prince Charming, right? He treats you well.
Mhm.
He is emotionally mature.
Trick
Okay.
question here.
He has money. He treats you like a princess, but he's a 4 in bed,
Mhm.
or a 4 in
what?
bed.
Oh, foreign.
No,
bed.
we have to
Okay.
lower it. Jessica said that's too high. He's a 2 in bed. He's a 1 in bed?
Damn.
She said 1.
Vale
He's a
para.
1 in bed.
Damn, we
He's
just
Prince
lowered.
Charming. Everywhere else,
The
the
producer
producer
don't like
does not
me.
like you. He is Prince Charming. On paper, perfect. But in bed, difícil. Or would you rather el tóxico cheats on you, treats you like caca, but in bed and a 12?
Está difícil esa.
I'm gonna go. It's not
Okay.
even hard. I'd rather go with Prince Charming because I could teach
That's
you some
what I
tricks.
said. That's what I
Like
said,
we
too.
could. It's open
That's what
class,
I
baby.
said.
Like we
teach
could.
you a few tricks. There's videos for this.
We could.
And not only that, I feel
There's
and I
videos
feel
for
like that
this.
when there's feelings involved, when you really care about someone, like that is just different than
the one
hooking-
becomes a 3.
the one becomes a 25 because you're so in love que tú
Girl,
mira, es verdad. Sex is
That's
mental. We already confirmed this.
And if you teach him correctly, he knows you and only
Exactly.
you. So
And he wants to please
That's-
you.
That's a
You're a
cherry
man.
on top. Okay,
Yeah, he
he's
wants to
only
please
good
you.
for you because
Of
you
course.
taught him. Okay, you know what? Prince Charming for the win.
I mean, he was gonna always be the winner. The heck? I don't give a shit.
So Polly, we are going to insert a clip here, and it's a clip where you are saying, remind me because you have a better memory than me.
The clip that you're saying about not having children and you don't want anybody to pressure you and you know what you want, and yeah, I love that video. You went off on that video. I respect you for that video, honestly.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
I don't want kids. I don't care that your grandmother's friend's second cousin used to say that until she had a kid. And I don't care that your third removed aunt regretted it. And no, I ain't gonna change my mind, so leave me alone. I don't want kids.
So when we saw this video, right? I was like, okay, we need to have her on, okay? Because she's a Dominican, but she's like, she has her own views and her own opinion, and she's not going to let anybody pressure her.
Of course.
Me being Dominican, I know that sometimes some of the decisions that I've made have been pressured from my family.
Expectations.
I remember being in a relationship for longer than I should have because my family was like, you need to be in this relationship for your kids. So the fact that you are just being like, no, fuck that, I'm doing what I please. Okay, I don't care what nobody says. Don't ask me nothing. Is great. Now I just want to talk about how while I was viewing all your old videos, all of a sudden I tried to search you and I couldn't find you again, Paulie. ¿Qué pasó?
I blocked you, girl. I'm not gonna hold you.
Can you unblock me now, or are we friends now?
I know you're unblocked now. As soon as I saw your icon on Instagram, and I was like, I feel like I blocked an account like this. Like, there's no way I blocked her. And then I realized, like, oh, it's because she was liking shit from like a year ago. Like, she went in the archives and then started working her way up, liking everything. And then it wasn't even like she was watching the stuff and then liking it. It was like I know you're like.
Well, she was sending it to me.
Dándole ahí.
I was sending them to her.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
And I was liking and saving the ones that I wanted to go back to try to find like a good area of topic to talk to you about. Mm-hmm. And
she was being a freak.
And let me tell you, Kenny, we just had the episode with Kenny. Kenny was like, hey, my friend Paulie, like you need to have her on your show. She's so cool and you guys would vibe, right? So I found you. I hadn't even seen your videos.
I have. And I didn't know it was you.
Not
the
me.
Bronx video.
So I'm pretty new to TikTok. I pretty much became more active back in November when we started doing this podcast. So a lot of my algorithm is like mom stuff. And that's not your content, right? Mm-hmm. So I hadn't seen you yet. But I was like, oh my God, she's so cool. Oh, why haven't I seen this? Like, I want to go there. I want to eat there. I want to drink this. I want to go to that spa. Mm-hmm. Fuck them kids. But
even though she has 4.
I have 4.
Let's
I have a lot of kids.
Let's just reiterate that.
Listen, it's okay to say.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, we say it all the time.
Did you see in the episode with Kenny?
We said
in
fuck
the beginning,
them kids.
Literally, we both said fuck them kids.
Yes.
Fuck them.
Okay, we love our babies. Everybody knows that. Okay, but some days I need to be just me. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm sorry. We weren't trying to be. I wasn't trying to be no creep. I was just making sure that we would have a good conversation.
You know, this is the problem with my best friend. She has teenage daughters that think she's a creep, right? And I have to remind them, like, babe, we're not 19 no more. We're in our 30s, and some of the things that you think is normal is weird for other people.
Okay, when my 13-year-old told me, why aren't you liking every video that you see? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you're supposed to like them. I'm like, every single one? She goes, yeah. So now she taught me that it's rude to not like videos that I'm looking at. So that's why I did that.
And it's funny because with Paulie's video, I had seen and actually saved a Bronx video that you about the bodega. And I saved them. Like when I go to New York to the Bronx, yo tengo que ir para allá. Mm-hmm. I have to go there, and I saved it because of that. Yeah,
you have to go there. It's delicious. It's, oh my God, like they stuff their pastelitos, and you know how hard it is to, like I said in the video, it's hard to find people that like actually stuff their pastelitos or empanadas before I get other empanadas.
No, we're Dominican.
I call them pastelitos.
I think in DR they're pastelitos.
Right? Okay. In DR, the smaller ones, like the ones like appetizer size, is pastelitos, but the bigger ones that we know here are
empanadas. But here we don't call them empanadas. We call them pastelitos.
Don't. We call them pastelitos because if you say empanada, then they give you a baked one. And I don't want no baked shit. Like, fry me.
Yeah, fry my shit up. Extra grease, please.
Extra greasy. What part of DR are you from? Or is your family from?
So, my dad is from La Vega.
Cibaeño.
And then my mom is from Villa Tapia.
I don't know what that is.
Villa Tapia is in Santo Domingo or no?
Santo Domingo or?
No, it's near La Vega.
Cibaeño.
Okay.
Period.
So,
es un campo,
okay.
Un
my
campo.
My family's from Tenares, so we from a campo en El Cibao también.
Now my dad is from the Cibao, but he doesn't claim that side. He claims the capital.
Of course.
Well, it's because since he was married to my mom, his whole life is in the capital. So yeah, he's capitaleño by blood, by transaction. I don't know.
By marriage. By marriage. So we want to have an episode where we talk about something that I think is interesting are icks. So we love being Dominican, we love being Hispanic, we love being Latinas. But let's be real, there are some things in our culture that are very ick. So we want to talk about them, babe. Do you want to start with an ick? And that's why we brought Paulie on it. We thought she might have a couple things to add.
I'm going to just bring the one that I am used to hearing my whole entire life, 33 years of life. Tú estás fuerte. Qué mujerón.
So what is this ick about?
Yeah, your appearance all the time. Like your family bringing up the appearance, like their opinions about the way you look all the time.
They feel entitled to the opinion. Like, hey,
okay.
For me, it was the opposite. For me, it was like, you're too skinny. Like, don't you eat?
Okay, Olivia.
Literally, my nickname was Olive Oil from Popeyes.
I'm literally in between you guys because when I used to gain weight, it was tu estás fuerte. Like, my uncle was like, grab me by the belly, like at one point.
Why do we do
and
this, guys?
Like, mind you, he had like a beer belly, and I was like, when you get rid of yours, I'll get rid of mine. What do you do, bitch? Like, it was, and then when I got too skinny, my mom started like feeding me, like, you're so skinny, you're gonna disappear. And I was like, Mom, like, I'm trying to eat correctly because this food is messing me up a little bit. And she would just be giving me food. I'm like, are you trying to feed me to like make me gain weight? And she'll be like,
maybe,
and walk away.
Moms.
Why are we like this?
Yeah.
Let me see. I have another ick. Let me see. When people give unsolicited advice about your life. So like what you said is you don't want kids. When people will come up to you and be like, mira, ¿cómo que tú vas a tener tu muchacho? Ya está bueno. Like, first of all, for me, it's the opposite. I have 4 kids. And people will say hi to me and be like, you're done having kids, right? And it's like, bro, do you buy my kids diapers? Do you babysit? No, I will have as many kids as I fucking feel like. What is wrong with you? Yeah. This unsolicited advice, ick. Thank you.
A big ick.
Ick.
Big ick. No, I hate that one too. It's just, and then you know what makes it worse is when you go like to a family party and it's like your second cousin, third cousin that has like an opinion, and it's just like, I don't even
literally.
know you. Or when it's like, I held you as a baby, and then it's, I don't remember that. Like, why are you talking to me? Why are you having an opinion on my life? But then I realize, and this is my ick, is that you can't tell your parents anything because they tell your grandmother's grandmother. Literally. They tell your second cousin, la vecina. Everybody. They tell, like, the whole block knows what's going on in your life, and you can't even walk around anymore.
Was I the only one that when they got their period for the first time, random family members were congratulating you for being a señorita?
No.
What the fuck?
Same thing happened to me.
No,
la formadita, ya. La formadita.
La señorita, eh?
Mom.
I'm like, ew. What are you talking about my period? Leave me alone. Like,
big ick.
So creepy.
I have like a racist ick. Well, actually, Paulie, do you have one?
Anti-blackness.
Yes, because I'm tired of hearing it.
Yes.
I remember, like, and this didn't happen to me directly, but I would hear, like, vecinos, like, when I would spend the summers in DR, he was like, ay, ¿tú te vas a casar con ese prieto? Like, talking about other people's, like, preferences or, like, skin color or just anything. Any of the sort of colorism in our country is a big problem. And I always remember growing up hearing that, like, ese prieto. I'm like, do you need a mirror? Because,
right?
Like, ese haitiano, that gets under my skin to another level. Like, I just can't do it. So that's a big ick for me. Hearing that, I just can't.
Do you have an ick
that's that wanna be white?
Like, why? We're not white.
Well,
it's colonization, you know? You wanna be
pure.
I feel like so I can't even remember. There's scientific words to this that is just not coming to me, but it tends to be that certain countries want to align themselves with whiteness, right? While in the US, we align ourselves with minorities, with one another, right? And so I can't, like, it's just, they want to align to their colonizers for some reason, their proximity to whiteness. That's why you have, like, you know, marry someone lighter than you so your kids can come out whiter, you know, like this big ick.
That's like the ultimate goal. Like, relax. Like, no. I marry who I want to marry.
What's the phrase? Para arreglar la raza or something like that.
Para arreglar la
so that your kids can have good hair.
Don't even get me started. That's another ick.
Or no daña la raza.
That's a big ick about the hair thing. And I actually saw a post about you, Paulie, that you talked about your hair. And I was telling Beverly, this was big for me. Like, and it's funny because I talked to my mom about it. She's like, imagínate. My mom would say, like, yo me levantaba a las 4 de la mañana para bregar con 2 cabezas. ¿Cómo tú querías que yo hiciera eso? Two afros. She couldn't do it. So she started relaxing my sister and my hair. And that, it wasn't until my 20s that I was like, I don't want to do this shit no more. Like 21 or 22, something like that. But I was like, no more relaxer for me. And I went through the whole transition process. My sister did it before me. But that was hard too. Because like learning to love something that you're not used to is huge. It's so different.
And that no one else
Yes.
loves because it's viewed
Yeah.
so negatively. It's like, how can we go from like the 70s, 80s to
Yeah.
like afros to
Sleek.
then like the 90s, I guess, to like
Yeah.
sleek. Afros are bad.
They're
Rude,
unkept.
you
They're
know,
not professional.
permy hair.
They're not beautiful.
Professional.
You know?
Now that you mentioned that 70s and 80s, people with straight dead hair were perming their hair.
Yeah.
To have curls, to have
Yup.
afros. Like,
It's
it's
crazy.
like the trends. We don't have to keep up with the trends. We can just have our hair.
Yeah.
Guys.
We
Can you
could be
believe my
ourselves.
hair? You don't know what my hair is like. My hair is curly, but it's not like super curly. So my mom, I remember my mom relaxing my hair. And
Which
my
is
hair
crazy.
doesn't need to be
El
relaxed. Like,
Diablo.
it's
Because
not
she has
even that curly.
like 3A hair.
Just a little
No,
elbow
she has like
grease.
3A hair. Like very
Literally.
loose curls. Like
loose curls and
Yeah.
like if it's unmanageable, like my mom didn't have that excuse is what I'm trying to say of, oh, I couldn't handle your hair, but she still straightened it. Like she still permed it when I was 4. First of all,
Which
why
is
you need to
crazy.
stop doing that to
Chemicals.
our small girls? Like
I don't think we do it as often as we used to. It's not as big as it used to be.
you think?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think
wouldn't
people are
know.
embracing, for the most part, I think people are embracing.
We're learning to embrace
Yeah.
our natural hair.
I wanted to ask before.
I think so too. I think it's like the rise of the YouTuber,
Yeah.
the girls going on YouTube and showing us how to handle our. Thank
No,
God. for that.
honestly, thank
those are
God. No, for real,
pioneers.
because I've learned how to take care of my hair because of those women. I have so many YouTubers and even men like Will I Am. I love him. Will I Am. That's a Black Eyed Pete.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I was like, I thought
Will on
he was
the Whim.
music.
What am I
on the
talking
Whim.
about?
Okay.
But yeah, like him, he talks a lot about like having hair and stuff. But I was gonna ask you, are you a Gen Z or a millennial?
So technically I'm a
Okay.
Gen Z. Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
Gen Z.
We wanted to have somebody like a Gen Z here. You
'Cause
know,
we're not cool no more.
we talked about the differences between us, our generation, and,
And
your
you guys,
generation. And we really admire the fact that you guys are like more unapologetically
Trendsetters.
yourselves, right? And for us, like we were kind of taught to mold to whatever it, like is around you, to be
Traditional.
polite, to shut up and listen. Like we were more like, oh, I need to be polite. Like yes, I'm uncomfortable, but let me just sit here. And where Gen Zers are more like, no, I'm here, bitch. What?
Yeah, exactly.
What,
Yeah,
bitch?
exactly.
I'm
And I
here.
love
¿Qué tú
that.
quieres?
Because it's teaching us to like use our voice and take a stance and be loud and be unapologetically ourselves, which has been something that we've suppressed for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't okay
Yep.
to have an opinion. It wasn't okay to defy what everybody else thinks, or just not going against what's normal. And
I hate the word normal.
I know,
so much.
but like what society deems as normal is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's standards.
Standard.
And so, seeing Gen Zers, stand up and be like just loud and be like, this is what I am.
Okay.
You want it or not?
Well, quit
Yeah,
that job.
That's
I'm
the
not
biggest
staying
thing
here.
to
So
me.
huge.
Like you don't have to stay 20 years in a job. I'll do 6 months. See,
Si acaso.
Si acaso.
If I'm
Si no, yo me
if
voy.
I'm getting a little bit more over there, I'm out.
yeah.
Because you don't care about me.
That's me. I've listened after a year. I asked for a raise, and if I'm not getting that raise, I'm done. Like that's it.
Period.
Like you don't deserve me
love
or
that.
my energy because you don't see my
Because
worth.
I'm just
so.
like, well, we'll see what
You
happens.
know, like, and that's the thing. You don't honestly promotion within a company is never gonna happen. I'm sorry to break it to you. It's not gonna happen. You elevate by moving sideways and away, and that's how you go up.
And us older generation, we're learning that from the younger
yeah,
generation.
for sure.
Which
TikTok,
is crazy
for
if
sure.
you think about it. Yeah. Thank you, TikTok.
I think it's the use of phones now. Like phones, like we had what we had. I think the first, I don't know, was it? Oh, I remember Motorola. I didn't have that. That's like a little bit before my time. But the Razor.
We had
phone,
razors.
I had a
pink
We
pink
had
razor
a
phone.
we had a
You
blue.
had
I
razor?
had a
Gray?
blue.
I didn't have
I
that.
had
I
a
was too
gray
young.
and a pink razor.
I
I
had a
thought
blue
it was
one.
popping, okay? And I used to have a belt clip like a fucking nerd. And I used to walk around with my razor aquí, acabando with my white Air Forces. Like, dime. Can't tell me nothing.
With a light up belt that just ran across the thing like
No,
Beverly.
I had
like
a
this.
name belt that said Beverly.
Beverly like this.
Yeah,
I
Digital.
still
You
have
had
it.
it.
It's
No.
so embarrassing.
That
I
was
don't
my
have a digital
sister.
How old is your
So I-
sister?
She is. Oh my
In her-
god.
In her
I'm not
third,
even
but
gonna
is
say
she in
her
her
age. I don't want to
younger,
disrespect
like
her.
older?
Yeah,
Okay,
she's
so
in her
she's
30s.
our
okay.
age.
Yeah, I have an older brother.
Okay,
and
so
an
you
older
probably
sister.
saw it with them.
So
Maybe.
yeah, so I saw with them. So like I saw all
Mhm.
the trends and stuff and knew all the music. Thank God, because I can't imagine not knowing.
Oh
them.
my God,
Like
Aaliyah?
there are people out
That's
here.
my
that
oldest
don't know
daughter's
who
name
Aaliyah
because I loved her
is.
that much.
Yeah, Aaliyah was nobody talks about her enough.
I know.
Anyways.
Do you have any other icks you'd like to share with us? My shoe's falling off. Sorry.
Any other ex? Oh, you know what? When it comes to mental health, they be saying like la ropa se lava en la casa. I know y'all know that
Yes.
saying a little bit, and so I feel like when it comes to mental health and just talking about your emotions, our parents, you know, or just like the older generation, just is like
Yeah.
they hide it. Oh, or when they hide the weird uncle.
Oh
That's
my
a big
God,
ick.
yes.
That's
a big
ick.
one.
Oh, put
That's
some
a
clothes
big,
on. Your
weird
uncle's coming
Yeah.
over.
We need-
Uncomfortable.
I'm glad that we're moving away from that because you had a weird uncle. Everybody had a weird uncle. I had a weird uncle. No, I'm just saying everybody. You didn't,
Oh.
Did you not have a
I'm
weird
like-
uncle? Wait, did you or did you not? I had a weird uncle.
Maybe. I don't know.
I had a weird uncle. And I'm glad that my daughters know that if anybody's weird, uncle or not, like you tell me, because that shit is not okay. It's not about you hide or you put more clothes on. It's about grown-ups shouldn't be looking at your body in that way.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
You should be.
They will throw themselves off a bridge protecting that uncle, and I
No,
don't.
I'm
Yeah.
not
just
here
don't
for
get
it.
it.
I don't get it. Especially as somebody with daughters, I don't get it.
Oh, yeah. Another ick of mine. Wait, I just lost it. This happens to me because I be having 20 million thoughts. As you can see, I'm a little.
I have
hyperactive.
ADHD. Undiagnosed, but for sure.
She's self-diagnosed.
Well, the nap told
She's
me, like
self-diagnosed.
3 different apps told me, like, you should talk to somebody.
TikTok told her. So she really has to have ADHD.
What do you mean? I'm like TikTok. I
No,
took some online testing.
Google. Not TikTok.
WebMD
Yes.
that shit.
You said that you had run an event on things of this nature. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, let's talk about it. So so when you sent me what we were going to talk about today, I was like, I feel like I had this conversation before, and I found the program to a conference that I hosted at my old university, and it's the 12th Dominican Student Conference, and we actually had like a whole conference. I'm sorry, we had a whole conference on, this year, the theme for this year's conference is Bridging the Gap, Navigating Dominican and Dominican American Identity. And I was like, why am I having these conversations at such a young age?
That's
but
beautiful.
we did that shit. Like we raised $75,000 to throw this conference because, listen, clubs at NYU, if you, no budget, and we wanted to like go out with a bang because, you know, this is one thing, Dominicans know how to throw a party. And so we had like 2 parties and a whole bunch of like breakout rooms, breakout sessions. And so we wanted to do it big. Like it was, listen, one of our centerpieces, we bought grecas for all the tables. And then we put like little flowers around the greca. And then we had like little teapots, like little, not teapots, but like cafecito all around and like bustelo. Like it was just, we went
I love
in.
that. You don't get more
Everything
Dominican than
was-
Greca and Bustelo. You don't.
And Bustelo, yeah. And so it was so hard raising the money because we had to convince the departments of NYU to give us money. So it was like we were coming here telling them about our theme, why they should support it. And they were like, oh, we got to think about it. And I'm over here like, so you don't like black people?
For real.
You don't like black Spanish people? Speaking people? Like, what's going on? Like, y'all should be, how you call yourself a multicultural center and
not want to support.
help the culture.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
it's
it
just
all,
in the
like,
name, but they don't want to actually put in the work Put in the effort, put in the money.
So what was the theme? Like the name of the theme. So what was like the theme of the event? Like the.
Oh, I got you, girl. Listen, I got you. Wait, let me just drop this little flex about who we had as our main speaker.
Dasha Polanco, I love her.
I love her so much.
She's amazing.
Yo, listen, I was talking to her agent. I don't know how to do that. Like, we hit up her agent, her lawyer, had to negotiate contracts. Like, it was a whole wild thing just to get her to pull up. But she ended up pulling up because she really wanted to do it. Like, I think we spammed her socials so she could like see it.
I do love her though.
You gotta get it done one way or another.
We gotta get it done. And she came, she spoke, and it was like such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. And so we even had like a congresswoman here, Carmen de la Rosa. Like, she pulled up, gave us like a few little words. You know who we had? This is another flex. I know you know her.
I can't. I'm sorry. What? No, you can't tell us. I can't see.
Okay. From BuzzFeed. Well, she wasn't.
Julissa. I
Julia.
can't see.
Yeah.
Is it Julissa?
Yup.
Alvarez.
I can't see from here. So you're on a laptop far away from me, and my vision is terrible. No,
it's okay.
But as soon as you said BuzzFeed, Julissa, that is a
freaking
flex.
awesome.
Oh, did you meet her?
Oh my goodness, he's so funny. See, we know. We're hip, babe.
Oh my God.
Me and my best friend were booking
I
them.
love that.
We were booking all
They're
these people.
so good because they are good at bridging that gap.
Yes.
So they were like perfect people for that.
Yes.
Like bridging that.
Wait. Another flex. Hold on.
Babe, I'm gonna trust your eyes. I can't see.
From Love and Hip Hop.
Wait.
Do not know.
Amara la Negra?
Yes! Amara. That's Amara. Yo, oye, Amara. Es una mujer.
We've heard her podcast.
She's an Amazon. Like, she made me feel like I needed to grow some titties or something because and beautiful, tall. Like,
I would never expect her to be tall.
Yeah, she's tall. Or maybe it was the platform heels, but she's tall. And I was like, all right, hold on. I felt a little, you know? But we had so many awesome people here. We had like Amanda Alcantara. We had Tony Peralta, who's like a artist. We had so many. Oh my God. And so we had a panel called Ni de aquí, ni de allá. And that's where like that word came from. And so that's where we talk about like the sense, like when you're born in America, the sense of not belonging here in either country at all. And just navigating like both spaces because how they treat race
is very different.
And you gotta like kind of learn like, all right, this is America's take on race, and this is DR's take on race, and you gotta like, it's like a switch.
And when we're in DR, we're not seen as Dominicans.
We're seen as foreign.
Like I went with my family and with my kids, and we weren't Dominicans. Like even my boyfriend who was born there and he spent most of his life in DR was like, no, estas son gringas, ya no saben. And I'm like, bro. What is wrong with you?
So we have an ongoing debate in this family. And if you know me, babe, you know what I'm going to ask because she brought up the topic.
What? No, I guess I don't know you then.
What the fuck? So, have you ever heard the term?
I don't know what you're going. I don't know.
Negritud?
Oh, God. Here we go. I hate you.
I had in academia, yeah. Like in scholarly essays, yeah.
That's all I wanted to do.
Okay, I'll tell you about this debate. Years, like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years ago, Miss Cynthia in a family debate that we were having said the word negritude. She said
I'm the scholarly one.
That our Dominican like culture, like sometimes we don't want to acknowledge our negritude, and everybody in the family was like, "That's not even a word, Cynthia," and we all started crying, and it was like an ongoing joke. And so I think she found an article or something.
You found the podcast. That lady from New York. They're like, babe, I owe you an apology. And she said it on the, like, she talked about it because it's a podcast that's based in New York. And they're scholarly also, but they were talking about books in our history.
La Bocona,
yes.
It's called. I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, La Bocona.
This is a Dominican woman who has a podcast, also from New York. I feel like We need to move to New York at this point because
No thanks.
we just love New York so much.
Love New York, but I couldn't
to
do it.
visit. It's overwhelming.
too loud.
for country folk like us.
Live in Westchester.
In
Like, live in Westchester, you know, you
Okay.
proximity.
Driving distance.
You get New York
Be
without
in
having
New
to,
York.
you know?
We shall see.
Yeah.
I just because of all the spots that you go to, I feel
I
like
want to
we
be
need
at a
to-
proximity.
We need to plan at least a girls trip or something. It's a 4-hour drive for us.
Which we used to do all the
Oh,
time,
wow.
though. That's the thing. We used to do it a lot.
What's a lot, babe?
Well, I used to. Okay, so my family from my
Not
dad's side they live in New York. You know, 1980s, the history, the mass immigration to New York. So my dad came in. A lot of my family came actually in the 60s and 70s, and so they've been in New York for a long time. My dad, when he first got here, went to New York and then discovered this little pueblo, Lawrence. I don't know if you've heard of it, but yeah,
My
see?
aunt lives there.
The
A lot of
thing,
people
half
know
of
where
us
we
are
live.
here.
So he discovered this little pueblo and he was like, you know what? I'm going to make my way. I don't know my geography. This way. And so
South.
he came over here and that's what my parents, but a lot of my family still lives in New York. So I used to go as a kid all the time, monthly to New York. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, all of that in New York when I was younger. It stopped when I started getting, like when I got older because it was just harder. People were having families. It's not the same thing, but
No, I've been to New York, but like mostly as an adult, like to go shopping and then to go clubbing because the clubs here close super early,
I want
and over there you can club until like you are shit faced and don't know who you
Till
are
you die.
anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, so we need a girls trip. We need to go and get shit faced and forget who we are, and record it. No,
maybe.
I could have 4 kids and still
Yes,
get turned.
vlog.
Hello?
Taking tipsy and truthful.
We need a tour guide.
We need to do that.
Of
We
Oh
need
my
a
God.
tour
New
guide.
York. You could interview people on the street.
We're taking your idea.
All right, I'll take you to some place.
Pero
I'll
no
take you to
puya.
some place. I got you. I got you with the Bronx. Because people be sleeping on this borough, and we have good eats. We have things to do, and that's really what my page is about. Like, I was kind of doing every borough. Like, if I like something and I had a good time, I'll record. But then I was like, everyone's doing Brooklyn, everyone's doing Queens, but no one's doing the Bronx. And then some Bronx people appreciate it. Some Bronx people are telling me to shut the hell up, gatekeep. And so, you know, I don't know what I'm just gonna continue putting us on because I feel like these businesses, they're mom and pop shops, they deserve all the
The
coin.
Dominican Keith Lee.
They
The
deserve
Dominican
to create
Keith Lee.
I
generational
love Keith
wealth.
Lee. Definitely the Dominican Keith Lee. For sure.
Love it.
I think that's important to give back to your
I
community
think
in that
so
way.
too. I think
Especially
that
if
what
you
you're
have a
doing is
platform
great.
and a following.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. That's the best way to give back.
Right, because you're handing them business. Like these are people who are gonna come and hopefully continue to come and help them grow their business. So whoever's telling you to gatekeep,
And they don't
They
know I
don't?
come. They don't. No, they.
All right,
I just
Keith
pull
Lee.
up. I'm just like, all right.
For real.
Maybe I am, but they don't know I come. Like I just pull up and I just start a little recording. They don't look at me. They don't pay attention to me. I guess I'm not big enough, which is
It
perfect
works.
because I'm still
Yes.
incognito. It
So it's
works.
authentic.
And so if I have a good time,
Yeah.
it gets posted and I put them on. If I don't have a good time, we're not gonna. I'll let
Yeah.
Google
Okay.
handle you.
have
Yeah.
you had a lot of those
Okay,
experiences
and I
where you
just-
don't have a good time?
Honestly, I haven't because I've been focusing on places that I go to like consistently. And now people are dropping like where to go next in my comments. And so now I'm going to be like, let me just like step outside the zone and see
Love
what's up.
that. So do you have any other X before we move on that you
We're
want to
still on
share?
that?
Yeah, I think we're still
Volamos.
Volamos. We do this thing where we have an outline, but then we talk about everything else.
We've been having a campaign for like changing our name from Tipsy and Truthful to Tipsy and Tangent.
We might have to do that.
Because we just go off.
Mm-hmm.
¿Quién sabe dónde llegamos?
No, I like tipsy and truthful.
Okay.
I like that.
So unless you have any other X, we have some questions that we want to ask you. Just some more like rapid fire questions to get to know more about you.
What kind? Do they have to
No.
be Dominican related? Okay. You know what else was also an egg?
Chicken.
I'm not a big fan of chicken.
I'm
not gonna
same.
lie.
You're my friend.
Same. We don't like chicken either. Yeah.
Same. Oh, really? Okay, good. Like I'll eat it, but like it just
Me
be
too.
forzado. Like I haven't.
Listen, I'm gonna do you.
Like,
I'm gonna
if
do
it's
you one better. I don't
fried,
even eat it.
She doesn't eat meat, so she doesn't count.
oh,
But I'm
yeah.
a big meat
No.
eater, and
You're a big
my
steak
least
eater.
favorite amount, my least, I don't like chicken. I was traumatized with chicken when I was pregnant with my oldest. The smell of chicken, it would just gross me out. And ever since then, I'm just like, I'll eat chicken if there's nothing else available. But no,
Yep.
no to the chicken. We should,
Yeah, no to the chicken.
we
Oh,
share
you
that
know
egg.
what? We share that egg. Yeah, we do. You know what else is disgusting?
I'm scared.
Mondongo.
Yeah,
I
it's
said it.
disgusting. We shouldn't eat that. Cynthia,
I
I
said
don't
it.
know. Girl.
I don't eat meat anymore, but when I used to, I actually like mondongo.
Why would
Only,
even
but
the
listen,
word.
I was very picky. The only mondongo I would eat was my mom's.
It's still mondongo. It's
Yeah.
tripe. It doesn't even sound attractive. Okay, so I think we can all agree we hate chicken.
We hate chicken.
We hate chicken. And Paulie, we have one more thing we want to get to before we end the.
Wait, I'm sorry. And mondongo.
Oh,
yeah.
Like, if it
We
didn't
didn't
catch
catch
that, we gotta
Yeah.
double down.
We also hate
We gotta double down
mondongo.
on the mondongo.
Jessica
I'm sorry, y'all.
disagrees. She likes mondongo. And Cynthia, con frito. It stinks. Even when it's cooked, it stinks. No, thank you.
My mom. That's what I'm saying. My mom's mondongo was fire. When I used to eat meat, fire.
Yeah.
You eating feces,
And
girl.
let me
I'm
tell you,
sorry
that
to
shit
tell
was
you.
good. No pun
Feces
intended.
con limón encima, por si acaso.
No pun intended.
What?
I'm like, yeah, that shit was good. No pun intended. Grass.
It's still okay, Jessica. Okay, you
And
have
flowers.
nieces and nephews. You have a godson. At one point, his only alimentación was breast milk. Would you have eaten his tripas?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the difference
I'm kidding.
between breast milk and grass? Poop is passing through the same. It's not a salad, babe. It's still poop. Once it goes through your digestive tract, it's still shit. No,
Ella se lo va a
como
comer ya,
hágate
cállate.
tu mondongo. So that's your beef, okay, girl?
No
That's
pun
right.
intended. That's your beef.
I hate you guys. I hate everybody except you, Paulie. I like you.
All right.
Oh, you do your hearts like this? You don't do.
Kenny told us people that do this. they're
People
old.
told us that this is Gen Z and this is millennials.
It
Oh my-
is, but my fingers
Oh.
don't listen to me. So I have
Okay.
arthritis.
Oh.
I'm like, what do you mean they don't listen?
So I can't be. Yeah, so sometimes I struggle, and so I actually took up taking piano lessons to
Really?
help with that, and like to keep my fingers moving
That's
and stuff.
cool.
Yeah,
I know.
I got my piano in the corner over here.
That's a good hobby to
Can you
have.
play Golden Hour? No, I'm kidding.
Golden hour.
My son is obsessed with that. That's just different. He's obsessed.
Anyway,
No, we in the
Okay.
Mary Had a Little Lamb
Okay.
stage. We
BAGAP. I learned. I know the notes. Anyway, what were we gonna ask you? See, now I got all sidetracked.
The rapid fire.
The rapid fire questions.
What
we don't
you-
have them here.
Nope, you didn't print them.
Okay, I didn't print out the rapid. We're gonna try to go. Of course.
can I say something
Yeah.
before you go into that? For a tipsy podcast,
we don't drink enough.
It's not given tipsy,
think-
so I think we need to take a
I
shot before we do
agree.
rapid fire.
Salud.
Wait, did you know?
I think.
Did you print the second page and you just didn't bring it down? Or
I don't think I printed it.
telephone?
What are you drinking? Casamigos.
Wow.
I'm doing the
Period.
Casamigos. I'm doing it. I got the lemonade for it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
What
We're
we cheering
We're
to?
cheering to you.
being Dominican American.
I was gonna say to Polly.
The
Putting up
Dominican
with our
American.
bullshit.
And me.
And
Thank
to
you.
Paulie.
Put it through this whole episode.
Thank you. Thank you.
I didn't drink all of mine. I'm on a listen. We have a podcast, Tipsy and Truthful, but I'm gonna be real. I don't drink that much anymore. It's the age. I'm gonna be 35 this year, Polly, and I feel like in my brain, like, yo
Tú
estoy
estás joven.
joven, but I feel like because I've been drinking since I was 16, I'm like, my body's like, bitch, what's that?
No, my body's like, keep going.
No, it's La Dragona. She's good.
You guys that with that live yesterday, loved it.
Yes, I went.
The
Yeah,
live
you
that
and
you were
Kenny.
on with Kenny. Yeah,
Oh,
loved it.
oh.
You guys were talking about hot drinks. I was
Yeah.
like, sex on the beach had us on a chokehold. Because it did.
listen. I started drinking when I was
Bigger.
14, right? I feel like that's what happens when you grow up in a city, like with too many people. You start drinking, and my first drink, what I got lit on was Four
Oh
Loko.
my god!
my
People
God.
ended up in the hospital where I was.
I was scared of Four Loko.
I never
I never
tried that.
tried it.
Listen, so we had a half day at school, mind you. I went to Catholic high school.
What? Catholic girls not
Okay,
wine?
so we had a half day. I was in my uniform, and I had a friend, and I was like, "All right, you want to try Four Loko?" I'm like, "Okay." Like I got nothing else to do. My mom doesn't know it's a half a day because we lie about those things.
God, no.
And we're on the 6th line, and we get off. Oh my god, on the 6th line. Where did we get off? Like St. Mary's Park, and on Jackson. 2 line. My fault. We on 2 line. Get off St. Mary's Park on Jackson. And if you know, that's the hood.
I'm here trying
That's
to put
the motherfucking hood,
Don't know where
right?
that
She's
is.
like, carry the 4. I have no idea where that is.
But we drink a whole can, and I'm like,
Of Four
I don't feel
Loko?
it.
At 14 and you didn't feel it?
Yes, by myself.
Girl.
I didn't feel it. I was like, I don't feel this. So you know what he does? He whips out a bogey.
Bogey.
You know what a bogey
I don't know
is?
what that is. It sounds bad. Oh,
cigarette.
I know what that is.
You got a stoke?
A stoke. We call them stogs here. Yeah.
Stokes, yeah. Or a black amount.
We used to
that's
drink.
not a cigarette, but
See,
you know.
interesting fact. I used to be a smoker, and I used to. Sorry, mom. I used to drink Black and Mild, the vanilla flavor.
Girl,
You should-
I know you can fight.
could
Oh,
never
no,
fight.
she can't.
No.
No,
Yo soy la-
I feel like people who smoke that have superpowers because
You know what? You know why I never fought? Because my size, people just don't mess with me. We're like, she could probably fuck me up. And honestly,
especially with a black
and
amount.
honestly, people just never mess with me. That was my defense mechanism. Like nobody like fuck with me. And honestly, you don't go a problema, so I was never like in trouble. But yeah.
So how did you feel after the Four Loko and the...
Can I
Of
can I
course
curse,
you
right?
can.
I've been cursing. Bitch, my ass was on the floor. On the floor. I fell up the subway steps. My skirt
Oh my
was
God.
up in a like hello. Like thank God I was wearing shorts. Like we was on one. Then we went to 125th, and so 125th on the 5 train.
You gotta explain this to us.
It's a little
We don't know
sad.
shit about New York.
It's so,
I'm trained.
so it's like a hot spot. Like it's like where all the sus characters of New York
okay.
Is this near Fordham or not?
be at, you know.
Okay, that's
no,
all
it's
I
not
know
near
about the
Fordham.
Bronx.
It's in Harlem.
It's in Harlem. Okay.
It's your parents don't watch
Gotcha.
you
Okay.
around there.
Gotcha.
I can safely say. And we was just being New York kids, being loud, being extra,
And being drunk as fuck, it
and not
sounds
doing
like.
good things, and being drunk as fuck. I almost fought a lady because she was
Damn.
laughing in my face. I didn't like that. Don't laugh in my face.
What do I feel like all girls from New York can
And
fight?
Because it's a survival of the fittest.
it is survival of the fittest. Like you have to fight at least once.
Yeah.
It's like your initiation. Like but that didn't happen though, you know? Like I can't like the thing what the thing is when you wear a uniform, like your class if people who went to Catholic school, if you wear a uniform and they see that emblem, like people really call.
The school?
Like people really will call
Oh,
the
shit.
school. Yes. People will really call the school and the next day, like they got you in detention for like the next
Whoa.
Oh
month.
shit.
And they never played about that
I
shit.
never thought of that.
And so when your parents are paying money,
The whole eat basically.
they hold it.
Like guayate.
So
Oh.
yeah, you know, like I had a friend, he was about to jump the train tracks too, you know, like from, you know how like sometimes there's 3 tracks, and so he was about to jump it too. Like
Four
it
Loko
was, we
made you
was-
crazy.
we had
Loco
no
for real.
business.
Yo, there was how many locals were there? 2 or 3?
There was 3. No, a lie,
God.
it's 4. There was no.
My
there was
daughter's
that
gonna be
4.
14 soon. I hope she never does any of this shit.
You know what? And my parents did the whole like, oh, try the romo.
That's
thing
how-
with
that was me.
And
I
My-
never
my dad-
experienced that.
My dad was like, I never want you to not be in control of the liquor consumption. So we're going to drink this together. And I was 14. The first time I ever felt like anything tipsy or I was with my dad.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I do miss though? I didn't wake up with no hangover.
You were
Nothing.
14.
I woke up ready to go to school the next day
You're
at 7
crazy.
a.m. Like,
Okay, but that was us all throughout, basically until.
I mean, I had E&J with my friends. Ew, remember E&J? I don't know.
I remember E&J.
Bad. My brother's like,
Ew.
get anything you want from the liquor store. I'm like, give me that E&J. Like a loser. I was like 15.
I bet you like the
I don't know
apple.
what it was. I just know that I put it in my little Rockaware purse. This little pink Rockaware purse. I'm aging myself. This little Rockaware purse. And it was a little tiny pink little. And my brother's like, put it there. And me and my friends were walking around the city with just this little chatica. Like,
Ew.
this little Rockaware purse.
We're not friends anymore. This podcast is over. I can't be your friend anymore.
I was like 15. Good times.
Oh, God.
Good times.
No, I didn't do. I was actually a good girl.
You were. You were a little.
We have some rapid fire questions for you, Miss Paulie. So you had mentioned, we already talked about the fact that you don't see yourself having kids, which is cool. Do you see yourself ever getting married, though? No?
No.
Okay.
No. If it don't make sense on the tax form,
That,
no.
I see.
So
what
that's
you
your
mean.
reasoning, though? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, if he wants the ceremony and like
Mm-hmm.
the whole walking down the aisle, like I'll give it to him. But on paper,
Okay.
we're not doing that.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
What do you do for a living?
What? So I am a film
Nice.
producer.
Period.
Mhm.
So
That
that's
sounds
what
like
you went
fun.
to school for.
That sounds like so much fun, though.
No?
Nope. Nope.
Okay, please explain.
So my degree is in history and I do have a minor in producing, but I went to NYU to go to law school. That was like my path. Like first of all, let me back it up. Let me backtrack. I wanted to open up a hair salon. Then my mother told me that I don't make no money as a young kid. And so I was like, I like law and order. And I want to be in court arguing with people because we could go back and forth. Like, let's go round for rounds. And so I was like in my head, like, all right, I'm gonna be a lawyer. Kept through high school, through middle, everything. I had this mind, I want to be a lawyer. I went to school, I had to write essays, I had to read like 200 pages. Oh my God. Listen, the lowest point of my life is college. Like,
The
it
lowest?
is not for everybody. And I'm so happy that we reached a point that is, you do not need to go to college.
We said
I've
that
said
here
this.
before.
I've said this a million times that my biggest regret is college. And that's just me being real.
Me too. Like one of my, not my biggest, but you know,
It's
one of
biggest,
my biggest
financially
regrets is
and everything
college
else.
because
And one of my biggest regrets is never
Yeah.
going to college.
You're
I
not
mean,
missing
never
nothing.
finishing, I should say, college.
Mhm.
I don't know. I guess,
you can always go back.
yes, you're right.
For what?
You can always
You're
go
right.
back.
You're right. I don't know. To say I have a degree, I don't even know why I want to go back.
Honestly, there's no reason. Anyways, continue, Paulie.
Anyway, continue. So you wanted to be a lawyer. Then what happened?
But yeah, I started doing the work, and it was just like it wasn't giving what it was supposed
Yeah,
to be.
amen to that.
Okay, she wasn't looking like I was gonna be successful in it. Number one, because I didn't like it, and so one thing that they do tell you at college is like, do what you like, do what you love, do what you can see. Well,
In
first
your
of all,
college.
I don't understand why they're asking us 18-year-olds what we want to do for the rest of our
Literally,
life.
I don't understand that.
That should make no fucking sense. I just got out of high school,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And you're asking me what I want to do for the rest of my life. Girl, I don't know that. I don't know that at all. And so,
Fun fact, Paulie, I'm
so one day
33 and I
was
still
talking
don't
to my
know it.
advisor having...
Fun fact, literally, I'm 34 and I don't
Yo,
know what I
it
want to
be
be
like
when
that.
when I grow up. I don't know.
I'm still figuring it out.
Yep.
I mean, listen, you're taking the steps forward. Like, you have your podcast, you're doing your thing, you're trying different
Yeah.
things. We're not being our parents.
For sure.
Okay? Even though y'all are
Damn.
millennials, we are not being our parents working for 20 years
No.
Speaking
in a
facts.
job that we hate just to survive.
No, we ain't doing that.
Okay? So, we're not. So, you know, we are going to be our ancestors' greatest dreams.
Yes.
Okay?
Amen.
Like, period. But I was having like a midlife crisis, like, I don't know what to do in my life, blah, blah, blah. Like being emotional and shit. And I spoke to my advisor, and my advisor basically told me, "You sound like you like to watch a lot of TV, so why don't you try film? Like, why don't you do it?" And then my ex was like, "Yeah, you should go into film. Like, you watch way too much TV. You know way too many shows. Like, how do you have time?" Like, and it's true. Like, I grew up, or I was raised by TV. I was watching TV shows, learning how to date men, watching those Vivica Fox movies on
me
BET
too.
religiously.
Listen, get it.
Because my mom was out working,
Yeah.
hustling for hours. So my life lessons was coming from being with my friends and outside, but also from TV. And so it just made sense to just go that way.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Fun fact, I wanted to be a lawyer too.
What happened with you?
Senior year, I was like, no, I don't. And then I went to college and I was like, what do I do? And a lot of my friends were going into business. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be myself in psychology. So I'm going with you in business. Guess what? I'm not doing either or.
She's a
I'm in
teacher.
education.
Yep.
And I'm about to leave that shit.
So, wait, what
Fifth
grade
grade.
do you teach?
Special ed.
Oh,
A whole different ballgame.
my cousin does special ed, and that shit is tough. Like, the stories that she be telling me, and y'all are so underfunded, undersupported.
And honestly,
like,
we work in one of the best. I could say I work in one of the best states. You know,
With the funding?
with the funding compared to a lot of other places, and it's still never enough. So, I'm done, is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, my resume's out there on LinkedIn, by the way.
Anybody wants to see it.
damn, teachers are leaving.
Yeah. Nobody
Teachers
wants to
are
teach it. Can't do
leaving.
it.
Like, it's really
I don't know what's going to
happening.
happen. I'm going to have to start
No one wants to
homeschooling my
teach me.
kids or something. I
Look
don't
at
know.
we're all gonna homeschool and be on the road, living by like we're going.
Well, Sin can homeschool your
There you
kids.
go.
Maybe that's your next job. Pass the
There you go.
resume.
I'm going to check her LinkedIn. Paulie, we see a lot of like content based on, I think I seen something about you wanting to go to Iceland, but it not working out. So
You think?
what is your dream vacation look like? Like a vacation that you've never been on, but it would be your dream vacation. Or place to go to, I should
Japan.
say. Japan?
Oh my god, it's one of mine.
Really? Why Japan?
So I do like anime. So I do watch anime. Shout out One Piece, you know. And so I don't know, like I'm into it, and then I see like other TikTokers that go to Japan, and it just looks like such an like you can get lost. Like it feels like a maze. And then I want to get lost. Like I don't want to know where I'm going. I don't want to be able to read anything. I just want to be able to like be a little kid, because I love feeding my inner child. And so my TikTok is like my little inner child, you know? So I just feel like if I'm in Japan, far away from anything, far away from anybody, just trying to navigate like a lost little child, you know, I'll be in heaven. I'll be in heaven.
Fun.
And so
Vlog it so we
they be
can see
having
it.
vending machines with like corn cream, with cream corn in a can, and it's warm and it tastes good.
What?
And I'm just like, I want to taste that.
Japan
I
has
want
some
to taste.
cool
And then
shit.
apparently, like their 7-Eleven is better than ours.
Oh, I was just gonna say
like
that.
you can actually eat.
That's the reason
seafood.
why I want to go to 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. That's the reason I want to go to Japan. Not only for their 7-Eleven, their fashion. They're so ahead of time in their
That one.
fashion, and also the politeness and the etiquette that people have in Japan. Like I would love to experience that. That's one of my top 3 countries. My first one is Thailand, but the second one is Japan.
I'm such a basic bitch.
That one too.
I'm like anywhere warm. I don't care.
That one too.
I want to go to Thailand. It's been on my number one on my bucket list for years, but I want to go like where my son can join me.
My friend went.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it looks beautiful. I've had some
my
friends.
friend.
I've
Yo,
gone,
just
yeah.
know you look like you're natural, right?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
I see the
Yes.
the puff.
Yes.
Yeah. That humidity is gonna fuck us up.
Listen, I'm already used to it,
It's going just be mentally prepared. Just be mentally
Yeah.
prepared, because
but I would love to go because
they say it's like walking
Yeah.
through clouds.
they said it's very hot, very humid, but it looks like so much fun. Like all the tuk-tuks and all the stuff I want to do. Like I would love to experience all that. So with you.
I'm hearing you guys, and I'm such
What
a
are you
basic
saying?
bitch.
Where you want to go?
I'm like
Jamaica?
Hawaii. I don't know, man. Just someplace warm. I just hate the cold.
No, we're not. No, we're not visiting Hawaii.
Yeah, they told us to stay away,
not
and
to
I'm
go,
respecting
to
that.
stop. They told us to stay
They
away. We're
told
gonna
us to
stay
not
away.
go.
Yeah,
See,
people from
I'm
Hawaii.
not getting these memos, so
Yes.
thank you, ladies. Okay, fine. I'm
Well,
not
because
going to
everything
Hawaii.
is so expensive for them already, and it's just going up in price.
We're driving up prices.
It's ridiculous.
Yup, we're driving. We're
Exactly.
gentrifying
Dear
Hawaii.
Hawaii, I won't go.
I won't go until
I
they say
respect
we
you.
are welcome. I don't want to be one of those people.
So, out of the
Yup.
places that you have been to, what has
Yeah.
been your favorite?
I think. Oh, this is gonna be controversial.
Italy?
Why is that controversial?
So I actually studied abroad because people get different experiences if you're a person of color going to Italy. So what they say is that the more north you go, the colder the people get. And I actually experienced that because I studied abroad in Italy for like 5 to 6 months. And so one of my classes required us to visit different cities. So we like would work up the coast. And I'm good. Like Florence and below is valid. That's it. And Naples. Naples is the Bronx of Italy.
Is it?
I've heard good things from
Italy
Naples.
is a place I
Yes.
would want to go to.
I've heard good things from Naples. It's interesting that you say that. Like that it's a great place to go to.
And they have this
Yeah.
fast train. You know what it is? They have a fast train that like you can literally take a train, I guess, from Florence to Rome, and it's like I think 2 to 3 hours. And then you can go to Milan, and then you can go to Naples, and then you can go to Venice. Like everything is like right there next to one another.
The furthest I've gone is Mexico, so goals. I think that's the furthest I've gone is Cancun. I don't know.
I
6
thought
hours.
Vegas would have been. Well, you mean
Vegas
outside
is it was within the U.S.
Yeah, I was gonna say outside of the country. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to
That's
Canada.
okay.
Yet.
That's okay.
Yet.
Listen, the United States apparently has like the most biomes. Like we get like tundra. I don't know if we get tundra, but we get, what is it? I'm using big words. I don't even know.
I'm here like
I'm
you
already
finished
drunk.
that.
I don't know. I'm just saying yes.
I'm like you finished that. I don't know.
You're drunk already?
Again,
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
know.
I'm tasty and truthful, but I don't drink.
Okay. It's because y'all sipping on wine.
Yeah, we're sipping
Hold
on wine.
let me-
We've had like what 3 shots. That's it.
I've had 4.
I'm good. Night night for me. Yo salgo afuera. I'm in my house. We recorded in my house. But it's algo sereno.
El sereno.
And I come back in and I can't talk.
Like,
Ay, me da. So anyway, I think we've talked about everything we want to talk about. Yeah.
I do want to finish up that point. I don't think she fully talked about. She did say why she didn't want to get married, but not the controversial, but like the clip that everybody's gonna find very interesting is her talking about the children.
Ah, yes.
But we didn't talk about
Can
that.
we touch upon that a little bit?
Mm.
I want to
made
know
you-
your take on that
I don't
You don't
because
like
I
kids?
understand,
I have
don't
kids
like
and I don't
them.
like kids. No.
but I understand your point because I feel like I get it. Like I get where your point. I mean, I have friends like that. Me and Bonnie talk about this all the time.
Does she not want kids?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I respect that and I understand that 100% because it's hard. It's
don't
not.
want kids?
It's just
Oh, okay.
yeah. We've talked about it, so I understand your point of view. But I want to hear from you. What is your reasoning behind that?
She just
Because
said
in
it.
a world that we live in today, that's the ultimate goal.
Mm-hmm. So I always say I don't like kids just to like
Yeah.
stop the questions because then people are like, you
you
can't
can't
like,
argue
what do
with
say
that.
to
You like what you
what-
like. Yeah.
You really
But
can't
you
argue.
could though.
It's just like, and they'll say no, but you'll like your kids, and then I'll be like, what if I don't like them? Like, what if we have different personalities? Like,
That's valid. That is
don't-
valid.
For real.
like, yeah, you raise your kids, but you don't really like they don't
No,
mimic you. Like
they are their own people.
person. They are their
Legit.
own. Yeah, like you can influence them. You can try your best, but they're
Yeah.
gonna be who they want to be
Yeah.
at the end of the day. So there you go. But it just honestly, it just doesn't look like fun.
Listen,
It's
a
doesn't,
scam.
Like it's a scam. It is. It's not like a Six Flags roller coaster. It's not giving thrill. It's not giving adventure. Like having kids is
yeah.
it. That's it. It's
And what does your family feel about
That's
that,
our
though?
clip right there. That's our clip
And I
of the
get
show.
that.
Having kids is
Listen, I respect that 100% because I see both sides of both sides of the coin.
Mhm.
Like I see and I hear your point, and I also see the other side. But my question is, like, how does your family receive that? Like when you're just like, listen, especially the Dominican family, like, no me hables muchacho a mí. What do they say about that?
Do they have an opinion?
So it's a little, they do have an opinion. So before I was like, oh, she'll change her mind later. Now they just leave me alone because one, my family has strong women who are very opinionated, who hold on to their ideals. And you know where they messed up? Raising women just like that. That's where they messed up, okay? And so now that they're seeing the consequences of their actions, you know, they just gotta shut up. Like, they don't, like, you can't say nothing. You, like, that's it. Like, you raise us to be very opinionated, to stand 10 toes in our shit. And so there it is. You're not having, my mom gets sad. She's like, you're really not gonna give me a grandchild? Like, my son is gay, so I can't have that one. My daughter doesn't want one.
So now what?
Hope. And I'm like, take your L, sweetie. Like, that's it. Just know you're gonna be taken care of when you're older. Like, that's really all you should be, you know.
Can 100%. I just say, tell her that
worried about
that. Number one, it's 2023, and her gay son can have a kid, whether it's adopted, whether it's through a surrogacy or whatever it may be. That's an option. And number two, for you,
that is an option.
For you, I'm never gonna try to convince you to have kids or whatever. I can say that seeing the traditional roles, the traditional gender roles, I can see why it doesn't sound attractive to have a kid. Mm-hmm. I can see why it's like, okay, all these moms are just stressed out and have no time to do their hair and nails and have no time to eat, no time to sleep. First one here who doesn't fucking sleep. Okay.
Travel the world the way you do. Experience.
Listen, I have a cousin who, I have two cousins. They're twins, and they have kids, right? And they are the most, like, I don't want to use the word bougie, but like, they are very upkept women. Like, they have their hair, their nails done. Like, they're, tú sabes, son popi. Son
bien
popi. No popi, bien popi. Okay?
That's not us on this side, though.
Very bien popi. And they be doing that, but they still look stressed. And so it's not even about that. It's just, it really don't look like fun.
No,
when you look like you
this
have
is
your
what
shit
I'm
together,
trying to
you
say.
still not having fun.
That's what shit. I'm trying to say your shit together. What it may look like to have your shit together, for me, is not the hair and nails and all that, right? For me, what it looks like is both parents are sharing the stress so that you can't see it. So that an outsider can't see that the mom is stressed because the mom and the dad are sharing that stress. Unfortunately, especially in our community, in the Hispanic community, the mom is left with the burden of the stress. So as a woman, I get you, girl. I get you. As a mom, I can say my kids are the best thing that have ever happened to me. Even though I just said in the beginning of this podcast that my stress.
Kids?
Oh, yeah, I said F them kids. But also I said that my stress is like
I thought I was going to help her out there. F them kids.
Close, babe. Yes, F them kids.
That was a good moment.
But number two, the stress is a lot. Okay,
it's
especially
stressful.
with multiple children, especially with one who has special needs. So I get both sides of it.
Yeah, I get it.
I get why you feel the way that you feel, and I get that as a mom how I love my kids more than anything. But the stress that I carry, and unfortunately in our culture, it's mostly the moms who have to carry the stress. Like the dads have more like the providing role. I get it, girl. All I'm gonna say is I get it. I will never try to convince you of anything.
I would never try to convince anybody. I've said it in multiple podcast episodes. I understand and respect that stance that you have as a person, because I feel like everybody has that choice. Right. And if that's your choice, I respect it. I don't even need to know your reasoning. It's your choice. It's your choice to decide if you're going to have children or not, if you want to get married or not, if you want to be in a relationship, whatever it is that your stance is. I think that in our culture is hard because everybody wants an explanation as to why you don't want these things.
Because that's the norm.
Exactly. Like, what's wrong with you? Because you do not want these things. But I think we need to be more vocal about saying it's okay to not want these things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And have our parents on.
You just reminded me of my other ex.
Yeah.
I'm
it's okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
But keep going. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, say it.
You can say your
go
ick.
ahead. Because you was dropping facts. It was at Jessica, add some bombs in this
Jessica
shit.
had some bombs in this shit, she said. When she was talking.
But it's true because I feel like the biggest thing is that people just are so focused on like, well, I have kids and I'm married and my life is like this, and not taking into consideration why the other person doesn't find that attractive. And I completely understand that and respect that. And I think that in our culture is very hard because our parents don't see anything else than what they know. And so seeing someone like you being vocal about it and us putting it out there for other people that are not sure, I think it's important to like say it's okay.
It's okay too. Right?
It's okay either way.
To have the
It's
goal
your
of being
choice.
a mom, and it's okay to have the goal of just being
It's your
you.
choice, and it needs to be respected,
Period.
not questioned.
Period. What was your ick? Tell us.
Had to give myself that.
My ick is listen, cut off your family. All right, listen, those toxic
for
family
sure.
members, it's okay.
Mhm.
It's blood is not thicker than water, because that quote is a little longer than what people never finish the full quote. But if someone is not serving you, if someone is not adding value to your life, and they are just sucking every ounce of energy and just bringing in negativity, it is okay to cut them off.
We
And
have
I
a saying
remind
here.
my family every day. I'm not.
Clip 'em.
We're gonna add your chair here, right? We'll
and
switch
Kenny.
between you
What
and
are we gonna
Kenny
do?
because we have a saying on this show that we say often, and it's clip them. Like if it's not serving you, babe, clip them. And exactly what you're saying, doesn't matter if it's a family member or somebody close to you.
Because that's another.
If the energy is not vibing with your energy, if they're draining you instead of adding to you, fucking clip them. Well, are you clipping us, Jessica? Mire, váyase pa la mierda.
You can't clip us. We're the exception.
You're not clipping nobody.
The fuck are
Everybody
you doing?
except
Put your
Jessica,
fingers down.
Clip them.
Not y'all being
We are
guys. Clip them, Jessica.
She said
clip
Jessica.
No, she has no feelings.
She has.
She's
Yeah.
stuck
Don't
with us.
encourage her.
Don't encourage her.
This is for
She's our
this is
prisoner.
for our viewers only.
Okay,
Jessica is excluded.
Jessica's already our prisoner, guys. Send help. You can cash app us if you click on the link. If you click on the link on our link tree, there's a cash app link. If you want to send her money for her escape, please. Okay.
Just know we're splitting it 3 ways.
Okay, we're done. We're done.
Send $1
right,
if you
Paulie,
shower.
you are
if you
so
shower
great.
and you wash your legs.
I can't.
I'm
No,
sorry.
it's okay. I cannot wait until we go to New York and we hit you up and bother you so we can go to brunch in Mama Juana. You are so much fun. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for me. Thank you for being yourself.
Yes.
And being so unapologetically yourself and just so vibrant and just a beautiful person. Like we can feel that even through camera.
Yes.
And I love that. So
When we take Tipsy and Truthful on the road, you're our first stop, okay? Paulie, thank you so much for being here with us. Do you want to say goodbye? Do you want to say
Wait. Don't say goodbye. Let's do a goodbye shot.
Okay.
You're right.
That's the only way
do
to
a
end
goodbye
it.
shot.
Paulie, I'm
We
going to
gotta do
call
goodbye.
you when I'm drunk throwing
You know,
up.
we gotta pour some for the homies.
Some for the homies.
Oh, okay.
Jess, can you see
Just
Jess?
a tiny bit. I don't
Flip
have.
your cup so
I
they
don't
can
have
see.
Some for the
homies.
homies. Some for the homies.
I don't have homies. My homies are right here.
Just me? Okay.
Just you and Jessica.
Bueno, pa' arriba.
In the words of my tia.
Okay.
Yeah. What are the
What are the words of your tia?
Oh, she just goes, salud, 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 salud,
Salud, salud, salud.
salud,
Cheers, bitches. Okay, Paulie, we've taken your whole entire night.
Literally,
we
we did this
apologize
with
for taking so much of
Kenny.
your time with all the technical issues. You are so great. Your energy is uno a, okay?
For sure.
Your knowledge is uno a. Your
Spirit.
yes, your vibing.
I appreciate
your vibes
you.
are vibing. Okay.
For sure.
So thank you so much for being here with us. Do you want to say bye to all of our listeners?
What do you
We don't
call
have a
them?
name yet. We don't call
We don't
them
have
anything.
anything for them.
We still
have,
don't.
like-
We're still
have a name yet?
We
figuring it
drop
out.
our episodes on Tuesday, so we say Tipsy Tuesdays. But other than that, like we just, I call everybody babes, so we just call them babes. I think.
We don't know what to call them.
Babes. Okay.
And it's because we call each other babes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Babes. Okay. All right, babes. Thank you so much for having me on Tipsy and Truthful. Listen, make sure you cash at them. If you shower and you wash your legs in the shower, y'all better send them $5, okay? And if you don't shower, you're just a maldito sucio. Bye.
Paulie, thank you so much. And thank you for... Oh, you say it. Sorry.
Thank you for getting tipsy with us.
Very tipsy. And thank you for keeping it truthful.
But I do want to say...
Oh.
What the fuck is going on with the likes and the subscribe, guys? Like us, subscribe, share. Thanks.
Yes. If you listen
We
to
haven't been
us
saying that
on
enough.
Spotify, Apple Music, wherever, leave us
Yeah.
a review, a 5-star review, please.
Eso no te va a costar nada.
Eso
Es
es
gratis.
gratis. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much, Paulie. Bye.
Bye.